In the spring of 1943, the fate of the Second World War hung in a delicate balance. The Allies, having secured North Africa, were poised to strike at the heart of Axis-controlled Europe. The logical next step was Sicily, a stepping stone into Italy. But there was one colossal problem. The Germans knew it too. The island was a fortress, heavily defended and waiting for an invasion everyone saw coming. A direct assault would be a bloodbath. The Allies needed a miracle, a plan so audacious, so utterly unbelievable, that it might just work. What they devised was one of the most brilliant and bizarre deception operations in military history, a plan centered around a man who never was. This is the story of Operation Mincemeat. The challenge fell to a small, secretive group within British naval intelligence known as Section 17M. At its helm were two unlikely masterminds, Lieutenant Commander Ewan Montague, a brilliant barrister in civilian life, and Flight Lieutenant Charles Cholmondeley, an eccentric RAF officer. Their task was to convince the German High Command that the Allies were not targeting Sicily, but were instead planning to invade Greece and Sardinia. How could they plant this false information directly into the hands of the enemy and make it utterly convincing? Their solution was as macabre as it was ingenious. They would use a dead body. The plan, codenamed Operation Mincemeat, was simple in concept but fiendishly complex in execution. They would find a suitable corpse, dress him as a Royal Marines officer, chain a briefcase full of fake documents to his wrist, and set him adrift in the sea off the coast of Spain. The neutral but pro-Axis Spanish authorities were expected to find the body and, crucially, allow German intelligence agents to inspect the contents of the briefcase. The challenge began with finding the right man, or rather, the right body. After a discreet search, they found their man, WWII Michael, a homeless man who had tragically died in London after ingesting rat poison. His death looked like pneumonia, which was perfect. There would be no signs of foul play on the body, making the story of a plane crash at sea more believable. With the utmost secrecy, the team gave WWII Michael a new identity. He would become Captain Acting Major William Martin of the Royal Marines. This wasn't just a name, it was a life, meticulously fabricated from scratch. Cholmondeley and Montague became fiction writers, crafting a personality for Major Martin. He was given an identity card, theater ticket stubs, and even a slightly overdraft bank statement to make him seem real. The most crucial part was a love story. They included 2 heartfelt love letters and a photo of a woman who was actually a clerk working in MI5 named Jean Leslie. They added a receipt for an engagement ring. These personal touches were designed to make Major Martin a believable human being, to make his death feel like a genuine tragedy, and to make the documents he carried seem unquestionably authentic. This wasn't just a courier. He was a man with a life, a fiancé, and a future, all tragically cut short. The core of the deception lay within the briefcase. It contained official-looking, but entirely fake, personal correspondence between high-ranking Allied generals. The key document was a letter from Lieutenant General Sir Archibald Nye to General Sir Harold Alexander, the commander in North Africa. The letter subtly hinted that the main Allied invasion would target Greece, with a secondary, diversionary feint towards Sicily, purely to trick the Germans. It was a masterpiece of misdirection, a lie wrapped in layers of truth and officialdom. To ensure the Spanish wouldn't simply dismiss it, another letter mentioned the need to be careful with documents around the Spanish, a bit of reverse psychology to pique their interest. With Major Martin's backstory complete and the documents prepared, the next phase was execution. On April 30th, 1943, the body of WWII Michael, now Major William Martin, was carefully loaded into a special canister packed with dry ice. It was placed aboard the British submarine HMS Seraph. The submarine journeyed to a point just off the coast of Huelva, in southern Spain, a location chosen because a known, active German agent operated in the area. In the pre-dawn hours, the submarine surfaced. Ewan Montague and the crew recited Psalm 39 over the body, a final, somber farewell. Then, they gently slipped Major Martin into the water, letting the currents carry him toward the Spanish shore. The wait was agonizing. Had the body been found? Would the Spanish hand over the documents to the Germans? The bait was laid, but now everything depended on the enemy taking it. A few hours later, a Spanish fisherman discovered the body floating in the water and brought it ashore. As the British had hoped, the local Spanish authorities were notified, and so too was Adolf Klaus, the German intelligence agent in Huelva. The Spanish performed a cursory autopsy, confirming the cause of death as drowning, just as the Allies had planned. The British ambassador in Madrid began demanding the return of the briefcase with feigned urgency, adding another layer of authenticity to the ruse. The Spanish authorities, under pressure from the Germans, eventually allowed them to borrow the documents. The contents of the briefcase were carefully steamed open, photographed, and then resealed before being returned to the British. The intelligence made its way up the chain of command, landing directly on the desk of Adolf Hitler. The German leader, already predisposed to believe the Allies would attack through the Balkans, was completely convinced. The deception had worked better than anyone could have dreamed. The results were immediate and dramatic. Hitler swallowed the bait, hook, line, and sinker. He ordered the formidable 1st Panzer Division to be moved from France to Greece to counter the Phantom invasion. He also sent 2 Panzer Divisions to Sardinia. Crucially, he diverted vital troops and resources away from Sicily, leaving it significantly weakened. Even as reports of a massive Allied fleet sailing towards Sicily grew, German intelligence dismissed them as the diversion mentioned in Major Martin's letters. On July 9, 1943, the real invasion, Operation Husky, began. Over 150,000 Allied troops stormed the beaches of Sicily. They met with far lighter resistance than anticipated. The defenders were caught completely off guard. While the fighting was still fierce, the casualties were a fraction of what they could have been. The deception had saved thousands of Allied lives and dramatically shortened the battle for Sicily. The island fell in just 38 days, paving the way for the invasion of mainland Italy and the eventual downfall of Mussolini. The success of Operation Mincemeat was a closely guarded secret for years after the war. The identity of the man who played Major Martin remained unknown for decades. It wasn't until 1996 that an amateur historian uncovered the truth about WWII Michael. In 1998, the British government officially added his real name to the tombstone in Huelva, Spain, where Major Martin had been buried with full military honors. The inscription now reads, WWII Michael, served as Major William Martin, RM. Operation Mincemeat stands as a testament to the power of ingenuity and imagination in warfare. It was a plan born from desperation, executed with precision, and built upon the tragic, anonymous sacrifice of one man. A plan so audacious it reads like a spy novel. But for the thousands of soldiers who came home safely from the shores of Sicily, the story of the man who never was very real. It proves that sometimes, the most powerful weapon in war isn't a bomb or a bullet, but a brilliantly crafted lie. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more incredible stories from history.